What is up, guys? My name is Jason Ankin and this is my vlog channel. It has been a while. I haven't got vlogging in about a year and I decided to get back into it and give you a little bit of a lifestyle update. I'm out on a walking around the beautiful, probably my favourite walking route in my local area, beautiful Clare Glen. So yes, I haven't vlogged probably in about a year simply because I've been doing other things. I really want to be consistent with vlogging, but it's not a high priority in my life. It's just something I do on the side. I've noticed that my subscriber base has continued to increase. I think the last time I had a vlog I was probably at about 60 odd subscribers, and in the last year I've moved up to about 95. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't heard me speak recently, really appreciate you joining, so thanks for that. But yes, I've had the itch to get back into vlogging because I've had a good bit of growth over the last year, and I want to start getting some of those ideas out of my head. So my aim is to basically start producing more vlogs a little bit more regularly. I would like to do more like kind of philosophically oriented vlogs because there's a lot of philosophical ideas I have sloshing about in my head. I have thought about the idea of doing a potential podcast, so I might get the first podcast pushed out. It's going to be an audio podcast. I do have the name for it, I'm not going to mention it yet, and it'll probably be centered around a single topic and maybe about an hour in length. So I might get that out in the next month or so. And then I've thought about the idea of potentially doing more vlogs on adventure trips, so things like fishing trips, camping trips, hiking trips that I'm going on, and it'll be cool to take you guys along on that little adventure. So yeah, just out on a walk here. I started walking at least once a day, trying to get that 10,000 step goal every single day. I'm getting about 78,000 steps a day. So yeah, out on a walk around Clare Glen. So what lifestyle changes have occurred since the last time I vlogged? Well, yes, I'm working, got a job, probably working about 35 hours a week, working as what's known as a centre attendant in various community centres around my local area. And I've also moved in to my own place. So I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm now officially a full-grown adult, no longer living with his parents. But yeah, I moved out just before the pandemic. I moved out on the 5th of March, and then 2 weeks after that the pandemic kicked in. So I've been living there for the last probably about 6 months now, and it's going okay. So that's two of the main lifestyle updates. I'm working kind of semi full time and living in my own apartment. Maybe I will give you a tour of that apartment at some point. It's nothing special, it's just a cheap apartment that I got so that I could stop living at home with my parents, because it's kind of embarrassing when you're a 33-year-old adult living at home with your parents. So the urge to move out was very strong, and I just took whatever came my way, and I was very lucky to get an apartment just up the road from my house at quite a cheap just up the road from my old house at quite a cheap level, and it's literally only around the corner from where I work as well. So it works out. It's not ideal, but it's better than living at home with your parents. So another thing, I'm not at jiu-jitsu at the minute. Because of the pandemic and because I'm moving into a new apartment, stuff like that, I wasn't able to afford to keep my membership because I got put on, paid leave, and I was only getting my contracted hours, which was initially only 25 hours. But that's got moved up now in September to about 35. So hopefully, I've been out of jiu-jitsu for the last 6 months. The club was closed down for about 3 or 4 months. But I'm hoping to get back maybe next October, late October. I'm hoping to get back into that because I was gaining really good momentum. I was competing in the Northern Irish Open in February and I actually took the gold medal. I won 3 fights with 3 submissions and yeah, I pretty much destroyed the division. It was pretty easy. And then literally a month or 2 later the pandemic kicks in and then the club shut down. And because of financial reasons I had to unsubscribe from the club. I knew I was only going to unsubscribe temporarily until my financial situation got a little bit more stable. I was on paid leave for 2 months and then I got put on furlough for 2 months and then eventually we started back work in August and my manager's just given me extra hours for September. So I'm now up to about 34 hours, 35 hours a week, which is more than enough to mean that I can start to go back to jiu-jitsu, hopefully late October. It also depends on whether my club allows new subscribers to come back because the people who continued making their subscription payments, they were the only students who were allowed back after lockdown and they weren't taking on new subscriberships, so I'm going to have to wait until they confirm when I can do that and then I'll sign back up straight away because I'm really keen and really motivated to get back to jiu-jitsu training and essentially pick up from where I left off. So yeah, that's another element of my life that's changed a little. I've stopped jiu-jitsu and I'm dying to get back into it and hopefully I'll get back into it in the next month or so. So yes, like I mentioned, I'm working as a center attendant, probably doing about 35 hours a week. It was a job I got just after, I finished my degree, probably in the summer of 2018. So I've been there for about, I would say about 2 years. And it's time that I get back into, fitness and stuff like that. I no longer want to work as a fitness instructor. My main goal is to get into something called exercise referral. And this is basically prescribing exercise for people with health conditions. And I just got my exercise referral qualification in February. And again, because of the pandemic, the whole health and leisure industry pretty much shut down. So I'm waiting for this pandemic to end so that I can start to look for some full-time work in exercise referral. It's a really good job, you get lots of independence. It's a really kind of meaningful job because you're helping people who are really sick to get healthy through exercise. You're not prescribing them any drugs or medication, you're prescribing them exercise, diet, lifestyle changes, stuff like that. And it pays really well and you get like lots of independence. But the jobs are very few and far between as it is in Northern Ireland. And they're basically non-existent right now because the whole health and leisure industry is basically shut down. I think it's starting to open up just a little bit. I can see things beginning to get in a little bit more, people are relaxing a little bit more. But yeah, a lot of people are freaking out about this pandemic thing. I'm just trying to stay patient, I think there's that idea in Stoicism, don't concern yourself with things that are outside of your control. And fundamentally, the pandemic is something that you can't control. We've got to reach this herd immunity before things can go back to normal. And that might take a good, maybe another 6 months to a year before things start to stabilize. Although I'm a bit more optimistic. I think it'll be over sooner rather than later. I think I would say we're about 2/3 gone, and then we have another third. We basically need to see the global curve decline, which has already began to happen. There's a really good site called Worldometer, and you can go on that site and look at all of the statistics of coronavirus related facts around the whole world, and they have a graph showing the global curve, and it's literally past the peak, probably this month. So hopefully in the next 3 to 6 months, I'm hoping things will start to chill out and we'll start to go back to normal. Although some people are saying it's going to last a little bit longer, in the area of more a year to 18 months. I'm not so sure. If you look at past pandemics, they only last anywhere between 1 and 2 years. And this is not one of those bad pandemics like the Spanish flu. It's more like the Hong Kong flu or the Asian flu or the Russian flu, and they only lasted about a year before herd immunity was achieved, and before the virus became endemic. So yeah, that's another change. Waiting till this pandemic ends, so more of the health and leisure industry opens back up again. I can get a new job, full-time exercise referral, ideally permanent, and ideally, because I'm still living in my hometown, Lurgan, I would like to move to Belfast because there's more opportunities there. It means I'd be able to continue pursuing jiu-jitsu because that's where my jiu-jitsu club is. And I also have a goal of completing a master's degree, and I might end up doing that in Ulster University, which is in Belfast, so it makes logical sense for me to get a full-time permanent job down there, and then more jiu-jitsu, get back into my studies, finish my master's degree. Although it is possible at the end of my lease on my current apartment, if I've still got this 35-hour thing going, I might just move to Belfast anyway and then commute to Lurgan to work. And then it means I'm in Belfast for training and potentially doing a master's degree the following year, maybe September 2021. But we shall see. Like I said, because it's outside of my control, I can't speed this process up. We all kind of have to just be patient and wait for things to basically calm down a little, and then we can get back to life as normal. At least that's the hope anyway. So yes, I think I'm going to close this vlog. It's getting a bit wordy now. So yeah, it was just a basic lifestyle update. Expect to see more frequent vlogs in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. Specifically, I'm going to do videos about my journal entries. I'm going to give you an insight into some of those journal entries. I'm going to do probably book reviews, because they're some of my most popular videos. I'll probably be getting into science, psychology, continuing with the MBTI videos, because my knowledge about MBTI has got a lot better. I start to understand my type even more deeply. And like I said, I'm going to be taking maybe videos of me on adventures. So things like going on hiking trips with my friends, or going on fishing trips with my friends, or camping. I intend on getting a GoPro so I can do a little bit more hardcore stuff. Like I want to get into bouldering, like wet bouldering, and it would be cool if I could have a GoPro so I can take you along on those type of more sort of risky type of adventures as well. And then yes, I also want to do the podcast, and these are going to be almost like philosophical deep dives into really deep topics, probably about an hour long, and they'll be audio only because they're easier to upload. And then I do have a goal, and I've started to realize that you can do this thing. If you have 1,000 subscribers, you can have what's called a community tab, and it would be cool to have one of those tabs. So I want to work towards 1,000 subscribers, and then I'll be able to get that community tab. It'll be good to interact with my subscribership, and then I watch a lot of cool videos on YouTube, and I want the ability to post links to those videos on that community tab, because I realize that's one of the features, and it means you can get lots of access to some of the really, really deep, interesting videos and podcasts that I'm watching. Although anything that I tend to really like on YouTube, if I'm watching it, I will usually like the video. And what you can do is you can go into my playlists and go into the liked videos, and you'll see there's about 500 liked videos there. And that pretty much gives you an insight into all of the weird and wonderful topics that I'm into and the type of videos that really, really resonate with me. So yes, the goal is to start working towards 1,000 subscribers. I think we can do it because I haven't posted any videos over the last year. My subscriber base has went up by like 30, and I haven't even done anything. And I think it's just that law of increasing returns, because I'm starting to get more like 50, 60 videos on my channel, and I've noticed maybe in the last year I've had probably about 3,000 or 4,000 additional views, and I've only got about 10,000 views, so nearly a third extra views in the last year. So it means that people are still continuing to watch my videos, even though that I'm not posting. They're finding my channel and subscribing. So there's a bit of momentum starting to be gained, just organically, And if I can start to put out regular content on a regular basis, maybe I can speed up that momentum and start to pull in more subscribers, and get that 1,000 subscriber count, so I can get that community tab, so I can start to interact with people a lot better. So guys, this is going to be it. Yes, my name is Jason Ankin. This is my vlog channel. Help me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark and hit that subscribe button, guys. Also, watch these videos right to the end. Watch time helps to get more views. You know, hit that like button, drop comments, do everything that you can to try and support this channel, and I'll really appreciate it. And the more positive feedback I get from you, the more incentivized I will be to start putting out more regular long-term content. So yes, thanks for watching. This is my lifestyle update, and expect more regular videos in the immediate future. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.